Is very important. So that's why we've got that. So we just use a spray extractor first. This is said spray extractor or a hot water extraction machine. If you're in America, they call it a steam cleaner because of the atomized. You'll see when the water hits, it atomizes, looks like steam. So with just plain water, spray. And we extract. So you can see, it takes care of the loose material, but the real sticky stuff is still there. To get rid of that, we can use a chemical, hot water, even better, or we can use agitation. Once you start putting heaters in these, they get very expensive. Chemicals, we've already talked about leaving detergent in there. If you leave detergent in there, it can go black and get resoiling. So why not agitate it? And so this is a very simple method, very gentle method of cleaning floor coverings. That's why it's used on such things as traditional carpets. But the other method, completely the other end of the spectrum, is what we call flood and scrub, where we flood the carpet. We know it's waterproof, so we don't have a problem. We're going to use a rotary scrubber. We're going to use a carpet shampoo brush. And if you're really unfortunate, you guys get sprayed. Very real thing. It's all I know I'm doing. Trust me, I'm a doctor. So, the white is a mixture of detergent and also the egg white. If we just do the egg white, it froths up. So if anybody is into cooking and you want to make a souffle, this is the way to do it. Very aerated, it's a great, quite a vigorous. And the nice thing about it, because we've used a lot of water, if it's a very dirty carpet, we can carry a lot of dirt before we're extracting it. Again, because we use a lot of water, it means we can clean a bigger area in one hit with the water, which allows this water to go down to the bottom and start to soften up the compacted dirt, which inevitably will be at the base of the fibres. So once that starts to soften up, we then hit it with the rotary scrubber and we get a very good slurry being formed, and then we can just extract it off. It is the ultimate clean for Flotex. And then we extract. So we've got very aggressive, we've got very gentle. Once you have cleaned and you've used water, the one thing we don't do is what I'm doing now. We don't traffic wet. We don't traffic any wet floor covering. always let your floor covering dry. Especially important if you're going onto a ceramic or a quarry tile or a marble floor off a wet carpet. Final sure step and safe step, which I'm glad to say we have here, but some of the more traditional hard floors can be very dangerous with just a very small amount of water. So be very careful, make sure that people don't traffic it when it's wet. Also, a wet carpet is very good at soaking, actually taking the dirt out of the soles of your shoes. A wet carpet is fantastically efficient. So they're the two extremes. In the middle, we've got a couple of these machines. I'll just mention them because they are quite important, and they do play quite an important role in maintaining Flotex on really a day-to-day basis. The rotor wash, and we were having this discussion about what to call it. He's leaving the room now because he doesn't know what this is in German. Right, this is a rotor wash. We've done the video, and it is sometimes called, and I have trouble, and I'm English, so I don't know how you guys are going to go on. Sometimes called a counter-rotating cylindrical brush cleaning machine. So we asked Lars yesterday, what's that in German? Forget it. So we call it a rotor wash. Admittedly, that's the trade name. So think of it like a Hoover, or what's another trade name? Nylon, I guess. And basically what we've got, that's a recovery tray. We have two rotating brushes, which are going around very quickly. We've got an electric spray. We spray the water down, and we brush through it very quickly. The carpet doesn't get very wet. And then what it does, that brushes the moisture through the pile again, creates a slurry, a mud if you like, which, because these brushes are going around very fast, they flick that mud onto that middle roller, the blue roller, which is then scraped off with that knife blade from there, and that's your recovery tank. That tank there, and there's probably less than half a litre there, probably a third of a litre, is big enough in terms of water to certainly do this room. I would be looking to do probably twice the size of this room with just that amount of water. So there's not a lot of water going down. The result is it's very, very quick drying. It dries in less than an hour. And because of the way that the action is, it's actually quite an efficient cleaner. It doesn't get right down to the bottom, but if this is used on a daily basis or a weekly basis like it's designed to do, then I would suggest that you don't really need to do a deep clean that often, because it's going to take care of it as it's going down the fibre rather than after it's compacted. So it's a very good system. And that's the rotor wash. And then the other one, that's another type of rotor wash. That's called the duplex. Similar thing. And this is the more modern version, which we've got out anyway, we did the video, but also tomorrow morning we're actually using that to clean marmoleum and sure step, just to find out